Hey Scorpio, I am your astrologer, Wonder Girl, taking you to new heights. Here is your weekly forecast for the week of Monday, April 2nd to Sunday, April 9th, 2018. Now, what's going on this week is that we've got Venus here hanging out in Taurus, which actually moved into at the end of last week, but it's going to be here for a few weeks. And what this is going to bring your attention to, Scorpio, this week is your relationships, your partnerships, normally of the one-on-one variety. Business partner, marriage partner, also to contracts, if there's any kind of contract you're signing or big commitment that it is that you're making. And I think you're trying to figure out how you can start to work with the other people in your life in a way that is more secure, more stable, to have relationships that really make you feel confident in who it is that you are and what is going on with you. So I think that's what you're trying to figure out this week, okay? As you're thinking about your relationships though, and how you can start to work with people and partner with people better that really get you, I think there's still some things from the past that you're trying to work out in your mind and get right with. That for you is going to have to do right here where Mercury and the Sun are conjunct in your 6th house of your job and your daily routines. Coming in. So I think before you can start to finally feel more comfortable and stable in your relationships, I think this week you feel as though you still got some things you got to work out with your job, with your daily routines, with your health. Maybe there are some things about your job or your daily routines or your health that aren't quite the way that you want them to be, that aren't quite in order, that don't feel quite right. And I think you're trying to figure out how you can tie up those loose ends, work out some of the details so that you can move forward feeling more comfortable, all right? I think you thinking about your job here and about your daily routines is going to help you right here where the North Node is, which for you is in your 10th house of your career, your life direction, your reputation, and your social standing, with the Mercury and the Sun making a trine over to the North Node at the beginning of this week on Monday and Tuesday. All right, and I think what's going on is you're trying to figure out what's going on with your job, your daily routines, and your health so that you can start to feel like you're putting your life in a better place, moving up the ladder at work, in your career, having the reputation that it is that you want. And I think you're trying to figure out, okay, I want to work with people in a more stable way. I want to put my life in a better place, but what needs to go on with my job and with my daily routines and with my health for me to start doing the things that are going to make me feel better and more secure. All right. So that's what's happening there. While that's going on, also at the beginning of the week and Monday, Tuesday, while you're thinking about your job, your relationships, all this stuff, I think there's also a focus right here where Mars and Saturn are in your 3rd house of talk and of communication. Again, bringing up lots of conversations going on, either with other people or with yourself, thinking happening. Could also be lots of stuff going on with your community and with your neighbors happening. So I think as you're trying to figure out what's going on with your job, your daily routines, so that you can work with people, put your life in the right place, I think there's lots of communicating happening so that you can hopefully figure some of this stuff out. All right. After that happens, then on Wednesday, we get Mercury and the Sun coming in, or it's just Mercury as it's going retrograde, then starts to make a square over here to Saturn in your 3rd. And I think what that could definitely bring on Wednesday, as you're thinking about all of these things, is maybe some hard conversations or some hard news, even with the 3rd house, or some hard decisions you may have to make. All right, and some of these hard things that come up could be a lot about your job, with the square happening from your 6th to your 3rd. So hard conversations about your job, about your daily routines, about what you do on the day-to-day. Hard conversations and choices about your health as well, how you think about your health, decisions about what to do with the health of your body as well, okay? And I think you're just trying to figure out, what do I need to do to my job? What do I need to do to my daily routines? How do I need to act on the day-to-day with my health so that I can communicate more freely about it, so that I can think about these things in the right way, or communicate about these things in the right way, so that I can finally start to have better relationships and feel like my life is going in a place that I like better, okay? So that's what is going on there. Even though there could be some hard conversations, hard news, or some difficult decisions you do have to make, I do think there is some good stuff to go around. That's because at this time, towards the end of the week now, Thursday and Friday, we do have Jupiter in your 1st house coming into a sextile with Pluto in your 3rd, which will be happening for quite some time because both of these are slow-moving planets, but it does start to get more exact this week. And that will bring as you have some hard conversations in some way, I think an opportunity for you to start to understand better who you are, what you need to get more clarity on your own identity, to be more open about who you are, to think in better ways about your life, about what's important to you, about this person now that you are becoming. Okay, so even though there could be hard for you to think about your job, about your health, to communicate about these things, I think the more you learn to communicate and have the hard conversations and make the decisions, it really is starting to help you expand your identity, feel better about yourself, understand what is going on with you, even if the conversations to get there are not the best, and even if it requires you to communicate about things that maybe you don't know quite if you want to communicate about. All right, so that's what we've got going on there. All right, then after that happens on Saturday, after you have some of these hard conversations, to hopefully give you more clarity about things going on with you, then we've got Venus on Saturday in your 7th and a trine with Saturn in your 3rd. And I think what that's going to bring on Saturday, again, more talking, more communication for you with this 3rd house. But this time it's going to be with relationships or with some kind of big commitment that it is that you have to make. And I think what you're trying to decide on Saturday, after thinking about your job, thinking about your daily routines, making some decisions about your health, about what's going on and how you communicate and think about these things, I think towards the end of the week, increased focus comes to you relationships. Either you have to give your relationships some hard news based on some things that you've been thinking about in some way, or maybe you're relying on your relationships for help, for support. Could also be a thing coming in at the end of the week. Now that you've gotten more clarity, understood better what's going on in your daily routine with your health, this on Saturday, then it comes to, okay, now how do I communicate with other people now that I know what I know now? And can people help me? Can they not help me? What does this mean for the way that we communicate and work together? And I think you start to be more disciplined and think more seriously about your relationship and what you need to say or do with them in some way to help them understand you, who you are, and what is going on right now in your life. Okay, so that's what I've got going on for you this week. Now, Scorpio, your card is the 7 of Cups upright. This to me is definitely a card of choices this week. Maybe you've got a lot of decisions you need to make about what you do on the day-to-day, who you do it with, how, and I think this card is saying there is an answer that is right for you. There is a solution to this, all right? But you got to be careful about which answer and which choice and which solution you pick. Sometimes with this card, we can get easily distracted by a lot of solutions that just look shiny. You know, oh, well, this is the easy fix, you know, this is the quick fix, this will make me happy in the moment. And I think what this card is saying, especially with all these planets in Capricorn, you have to think long term, even if it requires you to sacrifice some things in the moment here. And you have to make sure that you're seeing through all the shiny things on the surface to what is really underneath it all. And I think you have to make choices about what is going on with your life, with your job, with your health, with your relationships, in a way that really resonates with you, with your values, and can ultimately put your life in a better place based on something that's real and not based on an illusion. All right, so that's what I'm going to leave with you this week. Scorpio, thank you so much for watching my horoscope. If you like it, please like it on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, and I will talk to you later.